Welcome to the Whacker, everyone, for another Shield game here for Victoria. We're continuing our Cricket 24 career mode today, and we're going to bowl first because WA have chosen to bat. So 4 for 2, 3-8 the scoreline as we come in here with ball in hand. Hardy on 62, Connolly on 26, and I must say, everyone, I'm absolutely running on empty at the moment in my personal life, just trying to do everything. There's never enough hours in the day, really, to do it all. To do this, to do that, to work, to live, to go to the gym, to cook dinner, to record for you. There's just not enough time, really. Especially Shield games. They take like 2 hours to get done and to get through. But I'm obviously doing my best to get through. Look at all the flags. They're not moving. Oh, you can't see them. I'm in the way. Here, look. I'll show you here. Look at all the flags. They're all just stuck in place as if they are moving. Surely it wasn't that complicated to just give them a bit of wind. But we push on, we persevere, we make things happen. And of course, because the World Cup's on and it's on so late for us here in Australia. Like last night I was up super late watching the Australia versus England game. Like I finished work at 11 o'clock at night and then, or a little bit later. And then, you know, I watched the end of the Australia-England game. So it's not done till like 3. And then I get up the next day and I'm like, oh shit, I got to go to the gym. I got to make sure I got everything ready to go. And then I've got to record this video before I start work at 3 again. So if this comes out a little bit late, my apologies. I am absolutely just doing my best to live a great, fun life. And that is going to be another boundary. But of course, what a moment yesterday. Australia knocking England out of the World Cup. They only made about 280 odd Australia. And you thought, England are quite ordinary. They have probably bottled it somehow. In my version of the game, I think England made close to 400, and then I ended up chasing it down. Spoilers, if you haven't seen it. So, complete contrast to the low-scoring game we got at Narendra Modi Stadium. Is that what it's called? Not 100% sure on the pronunciation of that. Not the no run there. It's a better over, I think. Just 4 from it. You see the one-day World Cup winding down. It's got just under 2 weeks to go. We've got another week of sort of group games, and then the semis will be next week. I think Australia, South Africa, and India are pretty much qualified, and then the last spot is sort of up for grabs after Pakistan upset New Zealand. So it does make it a really interesting sort of finish to the World Cup. There's obviously, I think, 3 teams really favourite to get there. There's New Zealand, Pakistan, and Afghanistan, who Australia play in their next matchup. So that should be a lot of fun, given that, you know, Afghanistan really pushing for a semi-final position, which is great news for them because they haven't really had a good, solid World Cup ever. Like, they've been one of those teams that's got a lot of potential that have never really put it together on the big stage. And this is the first time that they have actually put it together in a big World Cup and sort of started to really perform. I mean, look, England, an ordinary side this World Cup, and Afghanistan have shown them what it's like if you actually are just getting it together. And look, it's pretty obvious to single out England as a team that has drastically underperformed. They're the defending champions. They've literally had this white ball cricket revolution where they've been one of the best white ball cricket sides in the world. They won the T20 World Cup last year. They won, obviously, the last one-day World Cup. So they should have had the team to be able to deliver on the big stage. They're all just horribly out of form, but they're also getting on a little bit, and they have failed to turn to the youth, I think, in this instance. I think that's what England need to do is, there's a lot of criticism over the selection of the team and who they should have picked. Obviously, there's a lot of backstage politics as well that is supposedly going on. Jason Roy wasn't selected in the side. Sam Curran's barely played a game. I think there's a few of those guys that probably should have been playing games that weren't. And even a guy like Harry Brook, who's been awesome on the test stage. I don't know if he's injured or not. But if he isn't, he 100% should be in the team. Ben Stokes obviously came out of retirement to play in this World Cup, and he's almost been a non-factor. He was all right yesterday, but really, he's probably taking the spot of someone else who could be in the team. And then you got India, who's basically looking unstoppable at the moment. They play South Africa, I think, in the next game. Is it tonight? Yeah, so India plays South Africa tonight. That'll be a huge game between the top 2 teams in the competition, and could potentially be a preview of the final. I think, obviously, they'll finish 1 and 2. It is the most likely situation here, even if South Africa do lose and Australia and go 7-2 as well, I think obviously South Africa has a far superior net run rate, and will probably finish 1-2 and will make it for an interesting semi-final. Can they win a semi-final? Also, my bowling hasn't been great here. I've bowled 5 overs, none for 19. So I've gone for about a boundary and over. Oh, it's more runs. They're actually fairly short boundaries here at the Wacker, I think. So maybe a chance with the bat once you get in to actually score quite heavily. Oh, I actually was involved in a run out there as Moody has got the Victorians 3 for 71. So we're going to have a chance with the bat now. Couple of wickets in the over. 3 for 71. Oh my goodness, that is a tight leave. Edged. Doesn't carry. I've gone very early with that shot as well. So correct that, please. I think someone asked the other day, how do I remove like the timing indicators and stuff for when I'm batting? It's just in the settings. I think it's just batting timing feedback. You just turn that off. I do like to keep the bowling one on sometimes, although maybe I've turned it off as well. I can't remember. Give me a short one so I can pull it. Oh, it's a top edge. Is it going to go enough for a couple of runs? It is. And we will come back for 2. Had to dive because you never know with the keepers now. That's just worked away for a single. So it's been a good start. 3 off 6. Starting to work my way into the innings, perhaps. Outside of this One Day World Cup, it's really not like a huge prospect of a summer for the Australian team. Like, it definitely does feel lackluster compared to previous years in terms of the teams we've got touring. Not to say that they're bad by any stretch of the imagination, but really in Australia doesn't lose to teams except for India, and maybe that's about it, and sometimes England if they're good. Well, the Ashes is at least exciting because when we pummel England in Australia, it's just everybody loves that. Whereas this year we've got Pakistan touring and the West Indies touring, which, I mean, the test matches are probably going to be fairly one-sided to Australia. Obviously, that's not discrediting these other teams, but clearly touring teams, when they come to Australia, they do struggle. And we've seen in recent years, Australia have pulverised most teams. South Africa actually has been a decent competitive side recently. There's another edge that doesn't carry. But outside of that, really, it's just been a show of Aussie dominance at home. So hopefully we get some interesting, like, big bash matches, or at least the tests will hopefully be a good way to discover who our new opener will be for the test series, the test matches. Obviously, David Warner's going to retire. So there's obviously going to be a chance there for someone like Cameron Bancroft, who's making runs for fun in the Sheffield Shield. Oh, my goodness. Or like Renshaw or Marcus Harris is probably the incumbent player who's probably going to get the opening spot or the first chance to secure that opening spot. But we really need to see him perform at the international level. He hasn't really done that yet. And neither have I. I'm literally 4 off 13 and I've missed like 4 or 5 shots in a row here. Give me a nice one I can drive down the ground. Actually, that's short and pulled and 1. So I'll keep the strike, 3 for 82. And obviously there's also the guy I'm batting with at the moment, Wupakovsky. Is he a possible chance to be the next test opener? He obviously had it and then he was concussed a couple of times. And even Usman Khawaja's not going to be around for too much longer. So Australia probably over the next 2 to 3 years, the next 2 years, might have to replace both openers. Oh, that is nicely played. Is it all the way? No, not quite. Just the one bounce to the fans on the hill. Oh my God, we have fans on the hill. I swear the Wacker was like one of the places you never get fans on the hill in these games. Looks like they finally added the people up there. Look at them. There may not be many of them. They need like the picnic blankets and stuff for the crowd on the hill. That's what they should be. 10 from 22. And that'll end the over. 3 for 90. Oh. Yeah, 1 in that. Nicely ran, Pekovsky. Oh, that should be a boundary. That's a quality shot down the ground. Right back past Gannon. That brings up the 100 for the team. It's 2 straight again. Again, I've just sort of lent on it for a couple more runs here. No run. So I just want to give a special shout out once again to everyone who has been subscribing as of late, joining the channel, discovering it for the first time, the second time. No run there, just the 1. Because we're at 94.5. We're only 5.5 away from getting to the 100k. It is unbelievable scenes. So thank you everyone who has been watching. I do appreciate you all. And even those who've joined as members as well over the last week or so. Thank you so much. I'll obviously be getting ahead of my videos once I've dialed down with work for the week, so you'll be able to see some stuff early. But it'll take me a couple of days to get back to that. Oh my goodness, how have I not hit that onto the stumps? Two straight, able to work it away, just the one. Lovely shot. Not even worth running. And that's what I've done really well in this innings. That didn't even look like I hit it, but he's just lean on the bad balls and put them away. I've been especially strong through the V, which is what you want to be early. So again, no run. See, there's not really like a big cover gap. There's not a huge point in driving there. You could nick one through the slips, perhaps, or just work it away to the leg side for a single. So anything short could possibly be runs on the onside. Instead, we're going to drive it straight down the ground for 4. Or I actually want to hit that to the leg side, but I've ended up driving it back down the ground once again. Is there 3 in it? We are coming back. There was a bit of hesitation, but we'll get 3 anyway. That's 50 partnership for us. Nicely done. Well, I'm pretty sure this is going to be short. If you look at where the fielders are, they're all set up for a leg side short ball trap, and Lance Morris is charging around the wicket with his right arm stuff. Oh, that's the double bluff. He went full. If he does get it wrong like that, you can probably pound it down the ground. Hey. I'm not getting sucked into this. Normally I would take this on, but there's the leg gully in, and I feel like, given some of the dismissals I've had in the previous couple of innings, I would get out. Don't hit that. Like, this is very much a way you would attempt to get Steve Smith out, is have that heavy leg side field and bowl short. It's probably another wide, is it? No, it's not. Because even if I try to work it off the hip, I could get it fine maybe, but I'd still be a chance of getting caught there at the leg gully. No run. Oh, and this time he's gone over the wicket with the same field. So it's not as smart because I can hit it through the V to the boundary. Especially, you can't pitch it there. Like, that's... If you've got this field, it has to be short and at the body. That's the only solution here for Lance Morris. Oh, like that. That's the ball. And now this guy's at leg slip. So you might be better chance of taking it on now, but still. Yeah, because that's exactly where the leg gully would have been. So that would have been half a chance to be caught. It's dangerous. Yeah, that's nice. That's 4. They've still got this short ball field, but they're not bowling short balls. Strange. I'm working my way here towards a half century. That's 4. Once again, straight has been the play all day long. Oh... That is so annoying, man. I've played such a good innings, and I've played that shot so well for the entirety of the innings. I'm out for 48. It's 5 for 154, just 2 short of a half century, as the Victorians are out for around about 300 or so. And we're going to get the ball here in the 11th over as WA are 2 for 40. Oh, how is that? Is that going over? Turned back a long way. I've looked a bit more lively in this particular bowling innings. There's some more runs, though. Oh, catch it! Yes, he has! Unbelievable! Hardy's gone for 15. There's the wicket. The fielding, as we said, we put it under the microscope there. It was good and good and good. He's tried to cut this away, and that is an absurd catch by the second slip, Matt Short. 3 for 63. Turner has turned that away for a couple of runs. In fact, he'll come back for 3 with Hilton Cartwright. Oh, mate, look at that man in there. They're not mucking about here. These Victorian fielders, they are up for the challenge. Catch it! Yes! That is a bad pad dismissal. To the leg slip. Ah, we love that. That's 2 wickets I've got in this innings. 2. Huge. That's a real classic dismissal in this game where they step across, try to work at the leg side, hit onto the pad, and it's straight to leg slip. Cooper Connolly, the next man in. I can nick this one straight away, mate. Oh, good fielding there. Cover. Sampa bowled this really tricky line yesterday around there, and he just kept bowling wrong-uns. It was really nice. Anyway, 4 for 71 after 20. Murphy, Siddle. Harper with a run out. And the Victorians, 3 for 149. I don't know how close we are to chasing down this target, but it's not far away. Coming in, averaging 38.7, so we've actually upped our average here. 350s. We should have had another 50 there. Scorecard has us how many runs behind? 81. So me and Hanscom, I'd love a not out here today. He says as he decides to hoof that one to the leg side for just the 1, because I'll probably... Yes, lovely. This is just better cricket, like I did in the first innings. Driving it straight. Oh, that was almost taken. Wow. It's not really there to be hit like that, but I've managed to do it. And again, it's just a little bit short and a little bit straight. It's not overly short, but it's in the zone to hit for 4. And again, the short one has been pulled, and I think this time it's 6. Jeez, I'm doing a good job at dragging it from outside the line, aren't I? Oh, that has just narrowly missed the stumps. And I think it's going to be another couple of runs. Just the 2. We're still 42 away here from chasing down 2-3-1. Morris. Steaming in. I feel like I could have got something on that. It was a bit straight. Anyway, we'll get maybe a leg by, perhaps. We've also only got another, like, 10 minutes left here on the third day's play. So... we could either win it now, or we come back tomorrow and win it then. That's just the 2. Smash into the ground for the 1. Oh, that's away. I think that's another boundary. Oh my god, that dude dived from like 5 meters away. Anyway, we get 3. It's just the 2 29s. Out there in the middle. Geez, I've done well to not get out there. There is a leg gully or a leg slip and that man there. So if I do take on the short ball, make sure you get it in the air. No, but it is the strat they used in the first innings. So we're going to see if we can counter it. Oh, the same way we did. That one should have been absolutely smashed. I've missed it. Lots of short balls from Hardy this over. I've stepped outside the line of the off stump, and I have mishit the crap out of that. It's just the 1, 2 or 3 for 199, and that's 50 partnership for me and Peter Hanscom. That is just an outrageous dismissal because I have tried to swing through the ball and I've completely missed it, and I've got myself out. So it's 4 for 205. I'm not going to be in there at the end, which is disappointing because I feel like the rest of the team will get us home pretty quickly, which they do at the beginning of day 4 there. The 231 was chased down. A big win for Victoria in the end, so we're pretty happy with that as an overall Shield performance. But I'm disappointed. I probably should have made either a half century in the first innings or a not out there in the second. Peter Siddle has won your Player of the Game award. Terrific from him. And he's also not going to be in line with the thing there. So 2 for 15 in the second. Siddle had 6 in the second, and that was really the important innings, was rolling WA for 175 after we went in with a little deficit in the first innings. A couple of mediocre scores there, but you know, progression. It's a slow burn at the moment, which is a little bit disappointing, everyone, but we are getting there. We are getting there. You can see the progress is progressing. And as for selection, this is a really good sign because we are now a core member of that Sheffield Shield team, which is great news. We're expecting selection, obviously, for the One Day Cup, and maybe we're getting attention for the Bangladesh Super League, which we are. I think we've got 1 or maybe 2 more matches in the Shield, 3 more matches in the Shield before the season ends. So 3 more opportunities to impress in front of the selectors. And I just want to have a look here at our first class sort of stats, because it's now our best average across all the formats. 37.73 is our average, strike rate of 59, so we're going a bit slow, and a high score of 65. So can we top the high score? Can we get closer to 100? That's going to be our goal in the next innings. Thank you so much for watching today, everyone. I hope you've had a terrific weekend, terrific day, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.